We are live for our pre-market analysis. Everyone on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Stack Trading, and good morning to everybody in our live trading room. A lot of movement, a lot of activity this morning. We were gapping up pretty nicely, and Taj and I, in a blink of an eye, we looked at our screens. We're like, "Holy cow!" The market just yanked. So the S&P 500 just pretty much gap filled. It's gap up, right? So with that being said, it is because we got economic data and some news, right? So we got some unemployment data. We have got some data on housing starts, building permits, and weekly claims. So there's still over 5 million people in this country, guys, on unemployment claims due to the pandemic and the job losses that occurred. So there's a lot of people out there that's hurting. And these unemployment numbers, if they stabilize or if they keep kind of upticking, that's not good. That's not good in general. So I'm not saying that's why the market pulled. It could very well be. That's the reason why. I mean, when the economic data came out at 8:30, you could see that's when the S&P yanked. So I think it's a safe assumption to make that statement. So nonetheless, the first ticker I'm going to call out is the S&P 500, the SPY. If we're going to get some volatility today on the S&P 500, you guys know that we can play this ETF and make some good money. You guys played it long yesterday. Taj called it out with 381 calls, made some good money, and if you guys held it throughout the day, you would have banked some serious cash on the S&P 500. Sometimes all it takes is 10 calls, 20 calls, 30 calls, however many you want to put, and you can make some serious money. So it's good. So the S&P is in play today. So if it breaks the low a day, you can go in with some shorts. If it breaks above 384.43, it can reclaim and possibly go long. So I'm going to keep an eye on the SPY ETF. Another name that reported earnings today, and you guys know that I'm in a straddle options play with it right now, is FCEL. It's gapping down. The way you can actually day trade it. So if it trades above 1640, we can go long the stock. If it breaks below 1590 area, I would want to test it to 1565, then to 1539 area, and possibly just bring it down to $15 if that's where the stock wants to go. Just mark up those key levels. It's a cheap stock, so a lot of you guys can get in it. And the options contracts are pretty cheap as well. We are today is Thursday, so just be very careful playing expiration dates that expire tomorrow. Remember, guys. I mean, let's play it. Let's be a little safe. Do 1 week out. If you do want to go tomorrow expiration on any trades that we take today, it just has to work out, because if the stock goes against you, you're gonna bleed out on that trade. So just be cautious, be safe. All right. So FCEL is on my A list for today, along with the S&P 500. I also like Tesla. Tesla right now is selling off with the rest of the market. So if Tesla keeps selling off, we can potentially short it. You would have to put your stops at 854 area. If it reclaims 854 and we see some reversal on this, we can go long Tesla. So that's an idea there. I really like Apple today. Apple right now was trading very nicely on an upward channel, and then when the economic data came out, it did pull back. It's still holding the upward channel, but at the moment, the way I see it, if it breaks below 133.50, you can go short, put your stops at 134. That's a 50-cent risk on the trade. If it reclaims 134 and pushes higher, we can try to break the intraday highs, right? Or pre-market highs, excuse me. On the daily chart, keep an eye on Apple, because this thing is getting bought up again, right? On the daily, I see 135 resistance. If it breaks above 135 over the next couple days or next couple weeks, then we're looking at 136 and then potentially test all-time highs. We are in earnings season, so these mega cap stocks are getting bought up prior to earnings. A lot of analysts are very bullish on Apple, Microsoft, and Facebook. There was an upgrade today on Apple. So let me pull it up really quickly here. Apple, Morgan Stanley You guys know we follow Morgan Stanley. Upgraded it to $152, trading at 133.80 in pre-market. So they are calling for more upside, and they're calling for a breakout of its all-time highs. These price target guys, keep in mind please that these are 12-month price targets. These are not 1 week, these are not 2 weeks. 12-month price targets. So of course when these price target comes out, there's a lot of momentum that follows the stock, but don't get into the trade assuming that you're going to hit 152 next week. That's not necessarily how it works, right? I know we all know that by now, but just primarily for everyone that's watching on YouTube, just wanted to throw that out there. So Apple's in play. Facebook is in play as well. I'm going to be keeping an eye on actually pretty much all the mega cap stocks. So Facebook, the way I see it, if it breaks above 269.50, you can go long. If it breaks, if the market just sells off, if it breaks 268.50, I'm going to go short. So that's about a $1 risk right now on Facebook. That's a $1 range that I just stated right there. So I have to wait for the decision to be made. I'm not going to trade it in between. All right. Microsoft, same thing. So Microsoft, if it breaks pre-market highs of 225, I would say around there, you can go long Microsoft. Probably put your stops at 224.60. That's a 40-cent risk on the trade. If we see Microsoft just flop, and if it breaks below like the 224 area, we can go short. First target would be 223.30. If it breaks 223.30, then we got more downside on it, and that can be a nice short. Same thing, Microsoft got a price target upgrade today from Baird. Evercore, $260. Pull up a longer term chart. Microsoft has been in a consolidation, as you can see here, since July. I'm like highlighting it on my chart here. So they're calling, what was the price target again? They're calling 260. So they're same thing with Apple. They're saying that this thing is going to rip up to all-time highs. These analysts on Wall Street are very bullish on the big five, right? The big five, being Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, Google, Amazon. These guys, man, they want more upside, so we're going to play it. FSLY is going to be one of my A-list stocks for today. FSLY got a price target upgrade today. Let me take a quick look. I don't remember off the top of my head here. FSLY, where are you? All right, didn't find it. There we go, $125. So if you pull up a yearly chart, $125 is pretty much gap filling the sell-off from October 14th. So Oppenheimer is a tier 1 analyst that we follow very closely. I like the call. If FSLY gets a bid and starts running, I could see FSLY run up to 108, which would be the high at December 22nd. However, the market could potentially be a little weak today. So if it breaks below 102, you can go in for a short, put your stops at 103.50. That's about a $1.50 risk. And you can potentially maybe gap fill the stock to like 100 or maybe even 99. But remember, let's just play the chart, okay? If it rips above 103.50, you can go long, put your stops at 102, and let's take this bad boy up. All right, so that's my FSLY idea. I'm gonna keep an eye. There's a lot of names, so let me mention a couple more. GM is on my radar. A couple of you guys have been swinging GM, so congratulations. You guys are making some good money on it. GM is getting talked up. I mean, you've got analysts coming on CNBC pretty much saying that GM is going higher. This thing is on a rip. So I personally like it as a day trade. It's presented a lot of good opportunities as a day trade. But even as a swing trade, guys, you can even hold on to this bad boy and swing it. If you're gonna swing GM though, you gotta have like a 6 month, 10-month time horizon, right? Just be cognizant of the following. On the daily chart, GM is trading at 80, almost 81 at the RSI, and it's currently trading above its upper Bollinger Band. The upper Bollinger Band right now is at 56.14. The stock is trading above that. So ever since it started ripping since January 11th, Look at the daily chart. It's been trading above the upper Bollinger Band. I share all that because it is getting overbought. There's going to be a day where it pulls back, right? So if you are swinging it, just be careful. Just be aware that it's in overbought territory, and you'll be okay. All right. Fubo got a price target upgrade today to $40. Not from a tier 1 analyst, but that did it just enough to make it pop. So Fubo is in play today. So if I see Fubo break above $32, you can probably go long. Put your stops at $31.60. That's a 40-cent risk. First target is pre-market high, $32.37. Rip it higher to $33. If it fails $31.60, I'll potentially look for a short, and my target will probably be $31. And if it breaks below $31, then hell, that'd be a hell of a short. Some other names, I'm not going to go over them in detail because I want to give Taj his time. BBIG, it's a small cap stock. Keep that in your radar. FUTU, keep that in your radar as well. LMND, keep that in your radar as well. Ford has been ripping higher. I've been trying to find news on why Ford is ripping higher. Can't find anything, so just trade the chart. If Ford rips above $11.43, go long. Put your stops right here, $11.30. That's a 12-cent risk on the trade. If it breaks below $11.18, short it. That's my idea right there on Ford. So with that being said, Taj, what about you, brother? What are you seeing?
Yeah, man. So I was actually going through my scanner that I use with Interactive Brokers. They have a really nice scanner.
Nice.
That they have in their system. So it feels nice to be using that. Be Big definitely popped up on the radar. It is like Alex said, it's a cheaper stock. They actually don't have options, so you'd have to trade the equity outright. However, it's only $5, right? Very cheap name. It's up, over 200%. So this is going to be one of those stocks where it's going to be heavily day traded within a lot of day trading communities. So, I will say this, the benefit of trading a lot of these rooms is it's mostly newer traders for the most part. So you can take advantage of that. Let's just say, let's just put it that way. So overall, if you do like to trade it, just keep your principles the same. Play the same exact strategies, and you can definitely take advantages, of these moves. Another name that's another cheap name that's having a really nice gap up is Gene, Gene. They are involved, I believe, with some of the COVID testing. So they're gapping up about $3, $3.50. The way I like it, if it breaks out above around 840. Play it long, 30 stops around 750, and see if this thing can run. I think it's breaking out of last high I had as a former runner went up to $10.30. If you are going to play this, take your profit very early. Don't sit and hold this thing and think it's just going to rip up to $20 within one day. With these small cap stocks, even more than trading, even more so than we do with a lot of our options contracts with Apple, Facebook, some of these other names. You want to take your profits quickly because they can reverse extremely fast.
Yeah. Extremely
fast. These are a lot of pump and dump names.
Yep.
So, definitely be aware of that. Another name I like is Snap. Snap had a price target upgrade to $66. That's above its all-time high, which is sometime last week, $57.39. So I really like the price action that's going on right now. It's gapping up about $1.10, $1.15, and you're actually getting some flagging action happen right around here during the pre-market hours. So if it trades back above around $53.50, you can play it long, 30 stops around $53. Looking at about a 50-cent risk. I see the next resistance zone around $54.54. So that's a dollar. That's a dollar, potential gain on the stock. Without any heavy resistance. So you are in a position to, potentially score a 2-to-1 stock if it's able to follow through with the news that it's having and the gap up, right? On the daily chart, it's gapping up above its AMA, which was actually on track to moving downwards. However, now that we're getting the gap up, you're going to start seeing that AMA curl back up. So maybe this is a, Potential time for Snap to continue that momentum, especially with such a nice target upgrade. $66. That's almost 10 points higher than the all-time high. So that's really good for Snap. Another name is a name that we've actually took our eye off of, and I wish we didn't, because 2 days ago would have been an excellent opportunity to get long the stock for a swing position, and that's Twitter. If you look at Twitter, they actually caught a nice buy opportunity. For some reason, I have $44.32 as a line. Okay, it was a support back on 10.15.
Yep.
And if you look at yesterday's low, 44.40, 8 cents away from that support zone that I had drawn out.
Yeah.
So, had we been watching it, this would have been a great time to, as it started to reclaim $45, play it for a swing, and you'd be up nicely on it. So I really want to watch Twitter for, a couple of reasons. It's a stock that's been oversold. It's been beaten down, right? There's a lot of, news circulating around, Twitter as well with, the freedom of speech going around, right? And then also the day that it had yesterday. Yesterday was a big day for Twitter. And I look at this play very similar to Baba. If you remember, Baba would do something very similar when it traded down to about $212. Started to form some tail action down here, and then, boom, it started rallying to the upside, rallied above its 20, and started rallying up to its upper Bollinger Band, what it's doing currently. So I see Twitter potentially doing the same thing if we could have some follow through today. So the way I like it right out of the gates, if it starts trading out above like 47.80, 47.90, you play it long. There stops around 47.59, very small risk, and see if you can continue that momentum that it had yesterday. Another name that I really like today, although it's not being heavily traded during pre-market, is Space.
Yes.
Virgin Galactic. So SPCE. So I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you two charts, Tilray and Space. These look damn near identical. From Tilray, I'm going back about a week ago. From that price range where it's trying to break out above $12, right? And I kept referencing that. If Tilray breaks out above $12, you are going to see the stock run. It has a lot of news around it, a lot of hype around it, and there's a potential that it could run. Space, same thing. You're getting a price target upgrade up to $36,
yep.
And if it can break out above this zone here, specifically this bull flag that it has right here at $34, starts to get some momentum. I'm not saying it's going to run the same Tilray did, but I think it has a good chance of running if it can break out of that zone. So definitely keep an eye on Space, not only today, but for the next week or so, because this is a potential great setup going into the next few days. As far as the action today, I like it long if it breaks out above around 32.25. 30 stops at around 32, 25 cent risk, and let's see if we can continue that momentum. And a lot of the other names I have on my A list as well. Alex has already mentioned, so I'm not going into too much detail about it. I'll just mention one last name, and that's Boeing. Boeing had a price target upgrade to 195, which is previously 174. So I mean, it's still behind the actual stock price.
Right.
However, it's still an upgrade nonetheless. And just want to keep an eye on Boeing. It's trading within a range right now between 201 and about 216. So it's on my B/C list, but if I start seeing Boeing start to break out above 216, keep an eye on it, because Boeing is a beast, and if this thing wakes up, you definitely catch a nice rally on it.
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely.
That's pretty much my list. The A list that you mentioned it's the same one as me. I mean, those stocks, you have to play the Apple, the Facebook, the Microsofts today.
Yep.
You're getting price target upgrades like that, the overall market. Those are going to be in play big time today. Same with General Motors.
Exactly.
But we have a lot of names, guys. Pick some names that are within your risk parameters and stick with it today.
Mark out those support and resistance zones that we've been calling out, and when the price action triggers, you know what to do. You know whether to get some puts or whether to get some calls or to buy it or to short it, however you prefer. And manage your risk. You know, we've been having, you know, we're about to close out the third week of January. We've been having an excellent month, guys. Like, I feel the momentum not only for myself, but even for a lot of you. Like, I see what you guys are doing, and you guys are incredible, man. I mean, you know, let me just call out one guy, Lance. Lance, you know, recently started trading not too long ago, a couple months ago, and you know, he has an awesome background. I won't go into detail. He can share at his own time. But this dude is finding his groove with shorting stocks, and he's been really good at calling the topping and shorting some stocks, man. And
Yeah.
I love that. Like, I love that, you know, and I'm just picking on one guy. There's a lot of you that I can say different things about. And, you know, it's just super impressive. It's really cool to see, like, the growth, right, that you guys are having. And I'm just very appreciative and very grateful, you know, that you guys are giving us the opportunity to help coach you and guide you and to just be here with us. So, shout out to Lance, man. I see you, bro, and you're killing it, man. Keep doing your thing, man, all right? So, just wanted to give a little personal shout out today. As far as sorry, I see a question here. What would be the call on FCEL? So if FCEL, let me just repeat that one. If it breaks below 1565, you can go short. Right now, it's trading in a range, so you kind of have to wait for a direction to be taken. So 1565 is what I see for a potential short opportunity. If it rips and if it holds above 16 and we see a consolidation and it rips higher, you can go long, put your stops at 1565. That's a 35-cent risk for potential gap fill, maybe to the upside. So that's what I'm seeing on FCEL. All right. So with that being said, let me just close out the recording for our YouTube. Everyone on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Comment below. Hit that subscribe button or smash it like everyone else says. And join our community. It's an open community. You can trade with us. You can check us out for a 3-day free pass. And if you love what you see, come subscribe and make money with us every single day. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all tomorrow.